That, my friends, can I zoom during live?
I don't think you
Yeah, you can.
Oh, you can? Awesome.
That, my friends, is the Skyline Bridge. The way that it appears now in 2015. It did not always look that way, though, however. This is actually... Well, there you go. There's the rainbow. Taste the rainbow. It did not always this way. Hey Rita, I'm glad you were able to come in on us again. If anyone can let us know, we have been experiencing wind difficulties, especially on the beach itself. So right now we're at Fort Desoto. We're actually at the fort itself. I'm going to do like a little bit of a pan so you guys can see it is absolutely beautiful here. I used to call Fort Adams Fort Inconsequential because nothing really happened there, although I found out later it did have history. And like I said, there's the end of the rainbow. There's the Skyline Bridge.
Big rainbow.
And maybe a little bit later we'll go down and do some of the more battery parts. It's pretty creepy underneath. We're on top of it right now. Never saw a battle. Never fired its guns, although it is the scene of death. So it's one of the things that's really creepy is that the first thing would be that 30 men lost their lives to yellow fever. This was absolutely horrible in Florida, and between the heat and the mosquitoes, the craze of yellow fever really hit. It is absolutely gorgeous here. It was pretty crazy, and the men living together, 30 of them died. Many more were sick, but 30 actually died, like in the base in the area that we're going to go in. We're going to try to find a quarantine house. But in addition to that, it seems as if this was used as a quarantine for other people. I wasn't really able to get, so maybe we can find it. Do you remember whether the children were and the mother were families of the soldiers? Maybe families of the soldiers, although that seems weird that families would be here. For whatever reason, other people that were in this area in St. Pete were quarantined on this island during the yellow fever. And so more people died here from that. But the weird thing is that they say a mother was quarantined with yellow fever. Natalie's like freaking out. She's like, I'm blocking my ears. And her children were quarantined somewhere else on the base at the fort. And that someone came and told her that her kids were quarantined, and now her ghost walks this fort looking for a fort. Why did I say it like that? This fort looking for her children and weeping. There's actually two rainbows. See, 1, 2. So we're looking to communicate with her. We're hoping maybe Natalie. Natalie is two things. She is a mother, so maybe she can communicate with the mom, and she is a hot mom, so maybe she could try to pick up the fisherman. Fisherman didn't work, so her hotness didn't work for her, for us today. Yet, you can still get lucky. So we're hoping that her motherness, her intuitive motherness can do it. That's not in this location right here. We have to find the quarantine house. But what we wanted to do here was, people say that if you're on top of here, that you are more likely to see. I'm going to flip it so you're not looking at me. You're more likely to see the phantom, right there, the phantom jumpers from the Skyway Bridge. So the Skyway Bridge was rebuilt twice. The first time it was rebuilt just because, the first time was the accident. So there was an accident, there was a ship that hit it on the side from where we come from. A boat hit it and had to be rebuilt. That part had to be rebuilt, and then later it was just reinforced and everything like that. But I wish I had my note cards with me. They're back in the car.
I told you to bring it.
I know. I didn't have the thing. I want to say, is it 60 suicides? No, it's more than that. It's like 250.
I'm not sure.
I'll give you the exact number, but it's there are more people who have committed suicide off the Skyline Bridge than have jumped from the Sonnet ledge. So I'm not laughing at that part of it. I'm laughing at my comparison and the fact that I don't have that number right in my head. The other part of it is that there was an accident, that first accident that I talked about I believe.
In the podcast.
And a Greyhound bus was actually, there were people on the Greyhound bus, and they were taken to a morgue here. So all of those bodies were autopsied here. I'm getting something from Rebecca, who said there is a Spanish woman named Gwendolyn there who spoke her name on an EVP to me. So Rebecca, if you've been here before, that's really cool. We would like to talk to you and a little bit more about what you experienced. But do you know where you got that EVP of the Spanish girl? And is there any story behind it, or is it just kind of a random EVP that you got? I'm going to keep talking, but I'm going to respond when Rebecca responds. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to view the Skyline Bridge a little bit closer. I find it really hard to see it from the fort. I know that you can take a left on that road instead of a right to the fort, and you might be a little bit closer on those piers, so we'll do that tomorrow, potentially, because we're going to be spending the night here, especially if Natalie can find her fisherman. We'll be spending the night here.
Man!
Well, hey, for the good of the podcast, okay?
I'm not all about the ghost sex, all right?
If only that were true. But we're at least going to do it now. And I have these amazing binoculars. Here are the craziest binoculars I've ever seen. And so I'm going to see if I can get something from there. So Natalie's going to take over the filming. It's going to be really exciting watching me rummage through my bag for these binoculars. So, Natalie?
Thank you. Oh, wait. We're on the rainbow right now.
If I say taste the rainbows, you can actually say
So,
that if you want.
Rebecca, if you're still watching, we'd love to know more about, the EVP session that you did here.
Oh, wait. Rebecca is from Go Seer,
Oh, okay.
if I'm not mistaken.
Neat.
So just respond yes to Rebecca too if you are the one that is from Go Seer.
I'm gonna give it a little. It's pretty creepy. And Chris told me these green things that are sticking out all over the fort are the ventilation shafts. It's pretty cool. Rebecca said, I don't remember which room, but I got the response after I asked in Spanish, ¿Cómo te llamas? Or what is your name? I'm the chick who wrote the blog. We messaged earlier in the week. Hi, chick that wrote the blog. Thank you, Rebecca. That was fantastic. All right, so let's see can Christopher see anything?
Dude, I can see there's some guy on the bridge smoking cigarettes as he drives. I mean, that's how crazy.
That's awesome that you can see that close.
So, the story of the binoculars is that we got them for, my son had a trip. My son had a school trip. And then we wanted to keep them for...
What were we calling it? It's the Skyway Bridge, were you calling it the Skyline Bridge? What were you saying?
No, I shouldn't say it. I alternate.
We alternate, yeah.
I sometimes get it right.
All right, Chris. What can you see?
Can't really see.
Thanks, Rebecca.
What did she say?
Rebecca, have you heard of the Flirty Fisherman?
Yeah, it was on her.
Oh, that was who's... Okay, cool.
She was the second one.
I see.
Dr. Stark was the first that I saw. And actually, I think, if I'm not mistaken, you saw her blog first. That's what you sent me.
I know it doesn't look like it's super, super tall for people that aren't from Florida, but that is a really, really high bridge. I get very nervous every time we have to go over it.
We negotiated it with no thought even today, though. Have we become immune to the Skyway Bridge?
I think we were just more focused on the rain and the cars that couldn't stay in their lane.
I'm gonna look at those people that are making out over there.
Don't be a flare. Ooh, here you go.
Just kidding.
For all of our northern friends, a beautiful Florida sunset. So no ghosts jumping off the Skyway Bridge?
I I think that's one of those things that more has. We'll talk about that more in the podcast, but I think that's something more that you got to be there in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
You might see something, but you're definitely not going to see it. I mean, this is like the furthest point on this island to potentially watch something. You know what I'm saying? So,
I agree. All right, well, let's go into the fort.
Wait, reverse, flip it.
Flip it. Okay.
So it's looking at me.
So it's looking at you.
So I guess what we should do is either A, I'm thinking, go down, look.
What? What's wrong?
A little bit like that.
What do you want to do?
I don't know. It was just like it was just like my head and then all sky. I think we won't go live. We won't stay live, I should say.
Okay.
We'll go down and we'll look at some of those places. I want to find the quarantine house. So
is the quarantine house here in the fort, or is it like
there's a
around
map? There's a map down there that tells you where the different places are.
Okay.
But if you look down that way, looks like there's more places there. More places
Wait, you went away. Hello.
So that's okay. Track me. So we'll see if we can find those places. They might be. It looked like they were on the property, like connected. Like if this was the main part, they would be like there.
Okay.
Or maybe even there.
Well, let's go.
So we're gonna do that, and if we find the quarantine,
here in a minute.
If we find the quarantine house, we'll go live from there. Otherwise, we're gonna video when we go downstairs. We'll probably not go live. So.
Do you think we're gonna see any ghosts? Any spirits?
I think I've already heard one. I heard footsteps in one of the rooms I'm going to show you. So that was down there. But we're going to try to find the quarantine house first.
Yikes.
And then we'll kind of hit those other things. Sound good?
All right, stay tuned.
All right. Oh, I got to hit end.